I used to think success came from big routines and perfect discipline. You know, waking up at 5 a.m., strict morning plans, productivity hacks. But I realized something. It's not the big habits that changed my life. It's the quiet, tiny ones that made my days feel lighter, calmer, and more intentional. Today, I want to share 7 daily habits that help me feel peaceful and productive even in the busiest seasons of life. So I just tidied up and pretty much just made the bed, cleaned up a little bit around the room. And honestly, like I do this at home as well. Even though we're at the cottage, I still try to stick to like the same habits. So one of them is definitely just making sure everything is tidy. Those of you who have a kid know that things can get really messy really fast, so just keeping everything tidy and clean throughout the day, especially at the beginning of the day. Like I feel like if I get my day started being tidy, being clean, it's so much easier to kind of stick with that throughout the day. My husband has Sophia and they just went to go have some breakfast. I just stayed in for a few minutes just to get everything cleaned up. That's, I feel like, one of my non-negotiable daily habits is just tidying up the space. Even if it's a little bit, it really just kind of snowballs and sets the tone for the day. Another one of my non-negotiable habits is my water, hydrating daily. Like I literally refill this before I go to bed. Just gonna have a sip. But I literally refill this before I go to bed and then again in the morning. And it's super, super important, especially if you're breastfeeding. I still am, so I pretty much pump around 3 times a day now. That's just what works with my like back to work schedule as well. Hydrating is a game changer. There were days where honestly I did not drink as much water and my supply dropped. And it was crazy. Like I was eating fine. It was just the water. But yeah, this is another one of the non-negotiables, is just staying hydrated. So we're actually on our way to the beach right now. The lake, we don't really have beaches in Ontario. It's all just lakes. But this is a really, really nice beach, lake beach. I don't think we can go into the water. Probably just play in the sand. We bought Sophia's buckets and a bunch of snacks and some chairs. So yeah, hoping it's gonna be a really fun day. And hopefully I can get a little bit of a walk in. This beach is really, really nice, and they have like a nice pier and everything, so I'm planning on going for a nice little walk later as well. Oh, that wasn't so nice. Yeah. So another daily habit that honestly has been life-changing is just moving with intention, or just making sure that I do some kind of movement every day. I had to cancel my gym membership. It just wasn't working out because I wasn't sure if it was going to be working and like how my new routine was going to be. But one thing that I have implemented is just going for walks. I was never like a walk person or counting my steps person. I had to change my mindset into just like, as long as I just move every day, no matter what it is. So I've been trying to do step challenges, so the 5,000 steps, 10,000 steps. Right now we're literally at the beach, but I'm just taking some time, 10-15 minutes, just to go for a quick walk, reach my 10,000 steps. I feel like that's super important, like just moving any way you can and trying to incorporate that even if you have like a busy schedule. I've been trying to make our playtime more present. Not perfect. It's just so easy to feel like we have to do more or entertain constantly. But I find what works for myself and for her is just giving her my attention and my presence. Even just 10 minutes of undistracted connection. And honestly, these are the moments I never want to rush through. Good morning. So last night we just got in, and we got in at around 2:30, and then we put Sophia down for a nap. Though it was a new place, so she was a little bit, it took us a little longer to put her down to sleep. Yeah, we got everything set up and she went to sleep for a bit, but it was so nice yesterday. Like we ended up playing outside the whole time. This has been such great needed reset for me. Work has been crazy. It's been my second week now. It's just been a lot of mental stress, and in a good way, not in a way that I can't handle. Definitely shifting from maternity leave, just straight mom slash student life, to now working life has definitely been a huge shift. This is definitely much needed.
I've also been paying more attention to how I feel myself. Nothing restrictive or aesthetic focused, just choosing foods that actually support the kind of day that I want to have. I've learned that intentional eating isn't just about being perfect, it's about being aware. So when I take those extra few minutes to just make something nourishing, I find that takes off a lot of pressure. And honestly, ain't nobody got time for that.
Banana? So don't want her to get sick. Would you like some?
I've been trying to build small habits that help me recharge. And lately, it's just been stepping outside for a few minutes, even with a book. Super simple, but it helps me reset without needing a long break. It's funny how these tiny pockets of calm can make the whole day feel lighter.
So another one of my daily habits is pumping. So making sure I stick to a strict pumping schedule has been just better for my sanity, because there was a time where I literally was just doing it randomly, still do it 3 times a day, but then not be consistent, and that honestly really affected my milk supply. So now I pretty much have time frames where I need to get like pumping done. So I do morning, afternoon, evening. It just makes a lot more sense. So in the morning, it's usually between 7 to, I would say, 10, and then the afternoon is between 12 to 2, and then at night it's between 8 to 10. But I'm still using my Eufy pumps that I genuinely love with a passion. I used to have the Momed ones. Those ones broke on me after 10 months. So I've been using this ever since. Yeah, but definitely making sure that I stick to a pumping schedule has definitely made a huge difference in my milk supply, and just making sure that there's always milk for her. Because when there isn't, it's just so much of a struggle to try to pump, or then I have to nurse her the whole evening, or whenever she needs to like feed. It kind of just throws us off. So yeah, sticking to a consistent pumping schedule, life-changing, has been super helpful. Oops! Here. Alright, be careful, guys.